Welcome to Siberian Sentry. I'm your host, Cypher Jack. This is part 2 of my journey into cybersecurity. Several years had passed since my early steps in tech, and though life had taken me on a detour, the desire to return to the world of technology never left me. Looking back as we rolled into the late 90s, the digital landscape was evolving, but nothing like what we have today. Back then, renting servers wasn't common or easily accessible. Most people had dial-up internet with connection speeds like 14 4K, 28 8K, 33 6K, and eventually the blazing fast 56K. I vividly remember the early battle between DSL and cable internet, both claiming to be the future of home connectivity. DSL, which stood for Digital Subscriber Line, was an always-on connection using your existing phone line. It felt like magic compared to the loud handshake tones of dial-up, but it came with a catch. You had to live close to a central office to get a decent signal. Cable internet came onto the scene not long after, another always-on option, but instead of phone lines, it used the same coaxial cable that delivered your internet TV. The downside? You were sharing bandwidth with your neighbors. So if everyone on your block was streaming or downloading at the same time, your connection took a hit. I remember one hilarious commercial from the DSL camp exaggerating this point perfectly. Neighbors literally cutting each other's lines in the commercials, as well as calling each other's names, and doing what they could to boost their own internet speed. The video is in the description if you wish to watch on your own and have a good laugh. In the end, cable won the war, mainly because it didn't care how far you lived from a central hub. As long as your neighborhood had cable lines, you were in. Plus, it was generally faster than DSL. What does this have to do with me? Well, this period was my entry into understanding networking. As someone trying to build a home setup with dial-up, then upgrading to DSL and eventually cable, I was learning, unintentionally at first, how networks functioned. This hands-on exposure started building my foundational knowledge. Around this time, I landed a job at Bell Atlantic Mobile, which later became Verizon Wireless. That move nudged me deeper into the tech world. It reignited that old spark. Meanwhile, I was still deep in the gaming world, playing Battle Arena Toshinden, Ridge Racer, and discovering tricks like using a spring in the original PlayStation to play import games from Japan. I was one of the few in my area who had a Japanese copy of Tekken 2, giving me an edge when I stepped into the arcade, already familiar with moves and mechanics that others hadn't seen yet. By the 2010, my interest in networking and security was becoming more focused. Cybersecurity wasn't a buzzword yet, but I knew I wanted to be involved. I discovered a respected community college with a networking and cybersecurity program, complete with a Pearson VUE testing center on campus. I paid out of pocket for these classes and just balancing life and education at the same time. This first course I took on networking was aimed at preparing us for the CompTIA Network+ certification. We did hands-on labs using tools like Wireshark, capturing and analyzing live network traffic. For the final project, we had to design a fully operational network. I passed this course, but still felt unsure about jumping straight into the cert exam. So I studied on my own. Weeks of practice exams, simulation tools, and reviewing CompTIA material. And on my first try, I passed the Network+ exam. The end goal of this program was to earn my Associates of Applied Science, but life had other plans. Due to family needs, I had to relocate nearly 4 hours away from the school. Unfortunately, being a brick-and-mortar institution, they had no online course options. Just like that, my path was disrupted again. It was frustrating, another detour in my journey, but this time I didn't give up. I just shifted gears. The spark was there, and now I had a foundation in networking and a recognized certification to back it up. What's next? Well, this wraps up part 2 of my journey, from witnessing the internet wars to earning my first tech certification. In part 3, I'll dive into how I finally embraced cybersecurity, joined the cyber range, and started building real-world experience through an optional internship, labs, and hands-on training. Thanks for riding along. This story isn't just mine. It's one many of us share. The only difference is I'm documenting it one bite at a time. Please like and subscribe. Join me on my journey as we go through the history of networking and cybersecurity.